You are welcome to yet another episode of LFN What's Your Say? The leading listening show where we discuss important issues with important people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. Today we're diving into the controversial decision by Judge Ann Donnelly to garnish the prison commissary funds of renowned singer and award-winning songwriter R. Kelly. This action, which happened in September of 2022 in an effort by the New York judge to quicken the compensation process of R. Kelly's accusers, has raised major legal and ethical questions, as it not only impacts the already embattled musician but also touches on the broader treatment of inmates in the justice system. Many believe that Judge Donnelly's decision wasn't only harsh but also legally flawed. In this episode we're going to explore why garnishing R. Kelly's prison funds may have overstepped judicial authority, violated principles of fairness and set a questionable precedent in the treatment of incarcerated individuals. First, let's consider the purpose of prison commissary accounts. These accounts are meant to provide inmates with a way to purchase essential goods, basic items like hygiene products, food and other necessities that aren't fully provided by the prison system. R. Kelly's commissary funds were no exception. Even though he had been wrongfully convicted and restitutions had to be paid, the garnishment of his commissary account crosses a line as it effectively denies him access to a resource essential to his basic well-being while in prison, treating him differently than other inmates in a way that borders on cruel and unusual punishment. Many experts argue that Judge Donnelly's ruling misinterpreted the legal boundaries of what commissary funds can and should be used for. Garnishing these funds to pay off court-ordered restitutions is not typically within the bounds of prison commissary usage, and besides, his legal team had not communicated a failure to pay the required amounts to cater for the restitutions. While there are legal mechanisms for collecting restitutions from convicted individuals, targeting commissary accounts is an unusual step that doesn't align with the standard practices of inmate financial management. Normally, restitution orders would be applied to wages earned through work assignments within the prison or other external assets and not the funds designated for inmate sustenance. The move was therefore illegal and could land Judge Ann Donnelly in trouble for shaming the entire justice system. Now let's consider R. Kelly's particular situation. For years he has faced financial struggles brought on by mounting legal fees, frozen assets and career losses. Judge Donnelly's decision to go after his commissary money feels punitive, as though it's meant to add insult to injury rather than serve true justice. Should a person's right to access basic items in prison be taken away because of debts they may not be able to pay? By targeting his commissary, it seems more like an attempt to break his spirit than to collect fair compensation. They could have started with his loyalties at Sony before turning to his commissary account. Judge Donnelly's approach to this garnishment also brings up serious concerns about judicial overreach. Garnishing someone's commissary money raises ethical red flags. It's not typically within a judge's purview to make such a move, as it appears to blur the lines between enforcing restitution and infringing on the rights of the incarcerated. R. Kelly may be a controversial figure, but he is still entitled to humane treatment while serving his sentence. This garnishment creates a dangerous precedent that could allow judges to extend their reach further, stripping inmates of the little resources they have under the guise of financial responsibility. There's also the matter of fairness and equal treatment under the law. If judges are allowed to garnish commissary funds for one inmate, what's stopping them from doing it to others? If this garnishment is justified, would it be reasonable to take away commissary money from every inmate with unpaid fines or restitutions? Where does the line get drawn? Inmates already face countless restrictions, and adding financial strain by limiting access to basic necessities feels like adding salt to the wound. Doing this to Mr. Kelly just because he is R. Kelly sets a rather bad precedence. Moreover, this decision contradicts the principle of rehabilitation. The justice system, at least in theory, is supposed to focus on rehabilitating offenders and helping them reintegrate into society. Garnishing commissary funds directly conflicts with this goal by making the prison experience unnecessarily harsh and demoralizing. When prisoners lack access to the basics they need to maintain their well-being, it does more than just punish them. It can strip them of dignity and the will to improve their situation. Why should R. Kelly or any other inmate be subject to conditions that seem designed to break them down rather than allow for any hope of rehabilitation? And let's not forget the ripple effects on R. Kelly's family, supporters and fans. They're already dealing with the emotional toll of his wrongful conviction and imprisonment. Many families and friends including Kelly's send funds to support incarcerated loved ones because prison wages alone are often insufficient, and that's for the few lucky to find work. This garnishment interferes with the ability of such people to support him, effectively punishing not just the inmate but also those who care about him. In fact, all the funds that were removed had been contributed by his fans and supporters who were left heartbroken upon the garnishment. Several legal experts have weighed in on this issue, expressing concern over what they view as an extreme measure. As they point out, financial penalties imposed by the court should be balanced against an inmate's rights to personal welfare. Most legal scholars agree that financial debts owed to the state should never result in deprivation of essential basic needs. Otherwise, it's a slippery slope that can quickly lead to injustices within the prison system, particularly against individuals who have little financial means to begin with. The question is about proportionality and fairness. Judge Donnelly's decision to garnish his commissary sets a harsh precedent that may punish inmates in ways that go beyond their court sentences. By all means, restitution should be paid, but it shouldn't come at the expense of an inmate's basic needs. Whether you agree or disagree with R. Kelly's innocence, it's important to question decisions that might undermine the fundamental principles of fairness and humane treatment. Should prisoners lose their access to essentials in the name of punishment? Let us know what you think in the comments below. According to Mildred, it's not about supporting R. Kelly, it's about basic rights and dignity. Garnishing his commissary money? That was beyond harsh. Everyone deserves access to essentials no matter what is alleged against them. In fact, this sets such a dangerous precedent. If they can take his commissary, what's stopping them from doing it to every other inmate with a debt to pay? Judge Donnelly definitely overstepped on this matter. Commissary is for basic needs and not for paying debts. Imagine taking away someone's ability to buy soap or food after issuing them a 30-year prison sentence. There's a better and legal way to handle restitution, but why would she care what the law says anyway? If you wish to take part in a live interview discussing any of these topics, let us know by sending an email to sasha@lfnmedia@gmail.com for scheduling. Thank you for watching today's video, a production of LFN Media, giving you another perspective of issues at hand. We make it our business to keep you updated with the truth amidst the cloud of lies the media wants you to believe. It is therefore important to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and allow all notifications so that you don't miss out whenever we publish a new video.